Hello, my dear students. Now we are going to continue Unit 11, Lesson 2. We have a reminder at the beginning of our lesson. When we tell the time, we say the number of the short arm first. We said in the clock, we have short arm and long arm. We start saying the time with the number of the short arm. Then we say o'clock when the long arm is at 12. Like here, the short arm is at 3. I say first it's 3. It's 3. Then we say the number that the long arm is pointing at. If it's pointing at 12, we say the word o'clock. Now, let's make it together. It's 3 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock. 3 for the short arm and o'clock for 12 of the long arm. But when the long arm is pointing at 6, not 12, down, not up, we say 30. We say 30, or sometimes half past, okay? And instead of o'clock, example here we have it's 3:30. We say 3 of the short arm first, and then 30 of the long arm, which points to number 6, which points to number 6. Now, exercise number 1 here. Listen, read, and say. Here we have the long arm and the short arm, both of them at 3. When the long arm points to 12, we say o'clock. When the long arm points to 6, we say 30. But when the long arm points to 3, we say quarter. We say quarter past. Quarter past. Primary 1, repeat it after me. Quarter past. Quarter past. Quarter past. Okay, and we say quarter past first at the beginning, and then we say the number of the short arm. Again, when the long arm is at 12, I say o'clock. When the long arm is at 6 down, I say 30. But I say the number of the short arm first. It's 3:30. It's 3 o'clock. Okay, but when the long arm is at number 3, I say quarter past, and I say it before the number of the short arm. Here, long arm is at 3 and short arm at 3, it's quarter past 3. Long arm is at 3 and short arm is at 10, I say it's quarter past 10. Okay, so when the long arm points to number 3, I say quarter past and then the number of the short arm. When the long arm points to number 3, I say quarter past and then the number of the short arm. Okay, here when it's 12 o'clock, at the morning, I say midday. It means the middle of the day, the middle of the day. Midday, 12 o'clock at the morning. Midday, 12 o'clock at the morning. There is sun in the sky. Midday, it's 12 o'clock, there is sun in the sky, it's in the morning, so I say midday. When it's 12 o'clock at night, I say midnight. Okay, so 12 o'clock at day, I say midday. 12 o'clock at night, I say midnight. Now, exercise number 2, listen and match. Listen and match. Okay, here, number 1, eating breakfast. Eating breakfast. It will be what? Let's see the activities. Primary 1, let's see the activities. Let's make the activities by order. Number 3, it will be the first thing I will do to wake up. So it will be 6:30 o'clock. It's 6:30 o'clock. It's 6:30 at the clock, not o'clock. It's 6:30. The time is 6:30. So match number 3 to 6:30. Number 2, it will be eating breakfast. Number 1, eating breakfast, it will be at 7 o'clock. So match number 1 to 7 o'clock. Then I will do what? I will play with my friends or I will go to school. This is the activity I will do after eating my breakfast. So match number 2 to midday at 12 o'clock. It will be 12 at the morning, midday. And the last thing that I'm going to do, the last activity, is to eat lunch. So number 4, eating lunch will be match it to 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock afternoon. 4 o'clock afternoon. Reading time. Now, we studied how to read time. Here, exercise number 1 in your book is about Judy and her activities. What is she going to do in her day? Okay, let's see. Here the girl is saying, I'm Judy. Exercise number 1, look, listen, and read. The girl is saying, I'm Judy. On school days, I get up. I get up means that I wake up from sleeping. I get up on school days. I get up at 6:30. 6:30. It means that the long arm is at 6. Long arm is at 6. And the short arm also is at 6. It's 6:30. I walk to school. I walk to school. I usually have sandwiches for lunch. I sometimes go to the playground at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. It means short arm is at 4 and long arm is at 12. I never sleep late. It's something that I don't do at all. I never sleep late. I like weekends. I have breakfast at 8:30, and 8:30 means 30. 8:30 means 30. It means that the long arm will be on number 6. I have breakfast at 8:30. I usually go swimming at 11 o'clock, and 11 o'clock means short arm on 11, long arm on 12. I sometimes play with my friends. I go to bed at 8 o'clock. I go to bed at 8 o'clock. Again, I'm Judy. On school days, I get up at 6:30. Means short arm and long arm both on number 6. I walk to school. I usually have sandwiches for lunch. I sometimes go to the playground at 4 o'clock. I never, something I don't do at all. I never sleep late. I like weekends. I have breakfast at 8:30. This is at the weekends, primary one. This is at the weekends. I have breakfast at 8:30. I usually go swimming at 11 o'clock. I sometimes play with my friends. I go to bed at 8 o'clock, okay? As you can see, we are using all the paragraph. We are using time, frequency, adverbs of frequency. Adverbs of frequency. Now, Judy's day. Judy's day. Now, we have the clock and we are going to read the time. At the school days, she gets up at 6:30. Can you see? The long arm and the short arm, both of them are at number 6. Then I have lunch. I have lunch at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. So draw the short arm at number 2 and the long arm at number 12. Then I go to the playground. When does she go to the playground? It's at 4 o'clock. So short arm at number 4, long arm at number 12. To be 4 and the word o'clock means long arm at 12. Then we have at the weekends. At the weekends. Of course, at the weekends she's not going to get up early. So she has her breakfast at what? It's 8:30. 8:30. So draw the long arm at number 6. 8:30 means 30. Long arm at number 6 and short arm at number 8. She goes swimming at 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. 11 means short arm at 11 and o'clock means long arm at number 12. Then we have go to bed. She goes to bed at 8 o'clock at the weekends. So 8 short arm and the word o'clock is at the long arm. Speaking and writing. In your student's book, we have exercise number 1. Number 3, ask and answer. What time do you get up on school days? What time do you wake up or get up at your school days? On school days, I get up at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Can you see the time which shows us 7 o'clock? Short arm on number 7 and long arm on 12 to say 7 o'clock. Write your answers. Here, exercise number 4. Number 1, what time do you have lunch on school days? What time do you have lunch on school days? At 2 o'clock. Write the answer at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, short arm on number 2. Long arm o'clock means long arm on number 12. Number 2, what time do you go to bed on school days? You have to go to bed early, so at 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, and 8 o'clock means short arm on number 8, long arm on number 12. Okay? So, exercise number 4, what do you do on weekends? Draw and write. Okay? On weekends, you always do what at the weekend? On the weekend. Maybe you visit your grandparents, maybe you go to the club, maybe you play football with your friends. So you are going to write whatever activity you are doing in the weekend and to draw yourself doing this activity. Here on weekends, I always go to the club. Okay, go to the club. So I'm going to draw myself sitting with my family in the club, playing with my friends football in the club. Okay? You can draw whatever activity you like to do at the weekend. Whatever you are not considered to do or to write whatever is written in front of you. On weekends, it means that I'm doing it all the time, and write an activity. Then we have listening. Number 1, listen and circle the correct picture. Draw the time. Okay? In this slide, we are going to listen. I don't have the listening now. We are going to listen, and the listening is that he's talking about his visit to the fort, which is beside the sea, at 9:15. He's talking about visiting the fort, which is beside the sea, at 9:15. And this will be picture number 2, not the picture on the left, it will be the picture on the right. Make right on it and show the time, 9:15. 9:15 means short arm on 9 and 9:15 long arm on 3. Again, 9:15 means long arm on number 3. Long arm on number 3. This is 9:15. 9:15, so short arm will be on number 9. Draw it and make right on the picture of the castle or the fort. Then we have exercise number 2. Circle, draw and write. Circle, draw and write. We have box words. Always, usually, often, sometimes and never. Okay? We have some activities in some pictures and we are going to choose. What do you do when you go on vacation? we, and then choose one of those adverb of frequency and use it in order to answer this question. What do you do when you go on vacation? Use always or usually, often, sometimes, or never. One of those words. We usually go to the beach, for example. We usually go to the beach. Now, what time do you go on vacation? What time do you go to bed on vacation? What time do you go to bed on vacation? You are going to say, which time do you go to bed? Maybe you will say, I always go to bed at 10 o'clock. When you say 10 o'clock, draw the short arm on number 10 and the long arm on 12. Short arm on number 10 and long arm on 12. Then we have, what time do you go to bed? What time do you go to bed? Here we have a bar graph. Here we have a bar graph, and complete the sentences according to those paragraphs. Okay, let's see. Numbers from up to down are the numbers of students. Numbers from up to down, numbers of students. Numbers from side to side are the time. The time. Here, the time 7 o'clock at the bottom. How many students go to bed at 7 o'clock? Let's see. It's at number 5. So 5 students only goes to the bed at 7 o'clock. Let's see, beside it we have 7:30. 7:30, it means 7:30. 7:30. How many students go to bed at 7:30? Let's see. It shows number 10. So 10 students, the number of the students is from up to down. 10 students sleep at 7:30. How many students sleep at 8 o'clock? Let's go up with the numbers. 9 students. 8:30, also 9 students. 9 o'clock, how many students? They are 7 students or 8 students. Go to bed at 9 o'clock. According to this bar graph, you are going to look at the time and number of students sleep at that time, and you are going to answer the following questions, okay? Now, primary one, time at the bottom, number of students, up, down. Number one is already done. Number one is already done. 5 students go to bed at 7 o'clock. How many students go to bed at 9 o'clock? Let's see. 7. 7 students go to bed at 9 o'clock. Most students go to bed at the biggest number of students. Most means the biggest number of students. Most students go to bed at 7:30. 7:30. You will see the longest column. The same number of students go to bed at 8 o'clock and 8:30. You will find the same column. They are equal. 2 equal columns. It's at 8 o'clock and 8:30. 8 o'clock and 8:30. Thank you, primary one, for listening to me in that lesson. See you next lesson.